That was Ron Canoli with Ancient of Days. Here on your radio station, AM 930, The Light, Edmonton's Positive Talk. Well, listen to what David has to say in Psalm 57, verse number 1. He says, "Be merciful to me, O God." He says, "For my soul trusts totally in you. In the shadow of your wings, I make my refuge until all these calamities have passed." So he's in a time of what he would consider calamity. There are times of trials and situations that we find ourselves in, where trouble seems to be all around us and we're in a mess. Sometimes we make, sometimes others make, and sometimes just things that happen. But he says, "Lord, be merciful to me because I put my full soul, my will, my intellect, and my emotions in your hands right now. And I understand that it's in the shadow of your wings." Now, of course, he was using the illustration of, the fact of the protection. He says, "I am going to simply make my refuge. You are going to be my place of safety. I'm going to put my trust in you completely and totally right now." That's why Solomon, for example, would say in Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, "Trust the Lord with all your heart. Don't lean to your own understanding, but in all ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path." And he says simply this is David talking again in Psalm 57, 1. He says, "I'm going to stay there until all these calamities, all these tragedies, all these situations and scenarios have passed. And Lord, I know that you're going to work it all out." Romans 8:28 says, "All things work together for good." Doesn't mean that all things we face are good, but when we put our trust in the Lord, everything will turn out for good. And that's the belief that we have and the trust that we have in the Lord. And that's what David was getting across today here on your radio station, AM 930, The Light, Edmonton's Positive Talk. And now we have the Salty family with Seek Ye First.